Discovering healing through nature is ancient as old as humankind. During the Enlightenment in Western Europe, this was hijacked for profit. Herbalism became commercialized because of Industrial Revolution. The modern age is combining the ancient herbal remedies with modern scientific methods. The exchanges of these two ideas is the best of both worlds. The modern consumer is the winner of ancient and modern medicine. Herbalism originated around the Renaissance and was a tradition passed from mother to daughter for generations. Recently, many people have been reviving the age-old tradition, bringing popularity and profit to the art of gathering plants for medical purposes.
My business started with my family. When my first son was born, he had eczema, and we tried to come up with home remedies, ways that we could help him. Everything is something that I formulated, either for myself or somebody in my family, my guinea pigs that I live with. They constantly give me interesting cases to to work with and to experiment on. I've been using mountain rose herbs since I found out about them.
Many people love herbalism and what it does for them. Here we interview a strong believer in the healing and medical purposes of herbalism.
Who or what sparked your love for herbalism?
My love for herbalism started when I was very young because my mother always grew herbs. First she grew herbs for cooking, like basil and oregano and tarragon, rosemary, etc. But later she became interested in medicinal herbs. And then she had a garden with echinacea in it and golden seal. And she began to make herbal remedies for us when we got a little sick. And I experienced firsthand as a child that I was healthier than other people and I didn't get sick because our food was tasty and the herbal medicine worked.
During the Middle Ages, many herbalists were misunderstood and classified by society as witches. This connects to today, as many people still view herbalism as different. They believe herbalism doesn't work. This is entirely false, as plants have amazing healing properties, and over 50% of modern drugs and medicines are derived from plants.
I think in a political sense, don't have an allopathic system. We have market capitalism. And in market capitalism, the people at the top want to stay at the top. I've almost never heard a person critical of complementary medicine that actually knew anything about it. All right, it's very unscientific to say something doesn't work if you haven't tried it. I got involved in complementary medicine because I instantly saw it do things that my medicine couldn't do. And I didn't throw away my medicine, I was just thrilled to add. I'm a
What's something you want people to know about this topic?
I would say there's two important things to note. One, herbal medicine works. Herbal medicine has worked for millions of people for thousands of years. That's important to note. Another nice thing to know is herbs are beautiful. Take a look at any plant and you'll find beauty there, and that beauty and that vitality contains healing properties that can help us live in harmony with our planet and a healthy relationship.
What are the major changes in herbalism in the Renaissance and today?
That's a really good question. First and foremost, herbs are more popular today than ever before. Herbs are more widely accepted for their herbal healing properties, perhaps more than ever before. But there's been some changes that haven't been always so positive. One, for instance, in the Renaissance time period, many families would have an herbalist right there in their family. It could be someone's mother or grandmother, and it was passed down within each family.
It really ties into a way of life where I get to be with my family in this beautiful place and around plants that we've grown from the beginning or we found in the wild and we go visit and take care of. Taking that relationship that we have with our land and each other and the plants and turning it into something that provides for my family, that's a livelihood. And it's also good for my family, and we all get to be outside and be together, and it's a blessing.
Since then, it's become commercialized, very commercialized, and there's been attempts to control herbalism.
Why did pharmacies try to limit herbalism?
But whether they are useless or whether they are helpful, they are certainly not deleterious to health. So why did the European Union criminalize an activity harmlessly pursued by some 20 million Europeans? Answer: lobbying by some large pharmaceutical corporations which saw the opportunity to put small herbalists out of business, something that has now happened all over my constituents.
Medical profession has tried to control it and reduce it. When they found they couldn't reduce herbal use and the people going to herbalism for remedies, they decided to co-opt it, to try to own it for themselves. So they tried to make it legal and illegal, and they tried to have it in hospitals and medical schools. So doctors would be trained in herbalism, so the doctors could be the expert.
Today, modern medicine consists of both herbalism and pharmaceuticals, giving the consumer the best of both worlds, medicine with ancient roots and modern technology. But in its traditional form, herbalism is not about prescribing another pill. Unless you're growing that herb, unless you're being personally trained by your grandmother or even your grandfather or father for that matter, it was usually the domain of females, but unless you have that hands-on experience of the herb, of that weed, working with it, knowing its properties, and that intimate kinesthetic level, you're just prescribing another pill. Herbalism is a tradition passed down for generations, from the Renaissance and Enlightenment to the modern world. Herbalism is not just a way to relieve illness and promote a healthy lifestyle, it is a way of everyday life. Many companies have tried to control herbalism and its growth. But they cannot ignore the fact that herbalism works, which is why modern doctors are becoming educated in this beneficial lifestyle.